So, here we are again, sort of granting ourselves wisdom through perseverance. That's what I would like to tell, but quite frankly, it's not exactly that. No, it's quite stupid, actually. Quite stupid. Very much so. Very much so. I shall take off the glasses. So, here we are, wandering through the woods, wearing nothing but the Sven. I had many conversations about the manner to which of the definition of life, the quandaries of being for somebody, the manner to which you snap and tell, and of course a little bit of the active meditation. To begin would be to fail, so let's refuse to consider to do so. Let's instead twist and turn quite slightly. So, I'm not so much lost as I am sort of wondering. The sort of ready to go moment I refuse myself quite dearly, because I don't particularly want to be like, I'll make this for my timberloot. I'll make this for my yup-chup-chup. I'll make this for that. I'll do this for this. I'd rather not become a product of myself. As much as I can help it. I have no cups of tea, so I've yet to sort of prepare myself. We should go into this beautiful and smile treatment, although I haven't been smiling myself. Trust that you smile even when you lack yourself a while. So I had a quandary about the notion of active meditation. I considered that you could quite easily mistake it for zoinking out, zoinking, I'm a bit of a zoinker, zoink off, you zoinkhead, zoinkerist, zoinkium, zoinkist, no. You can zoink to anything, quite frankly. If it is as simulating as it needs to be, you can zoink off to what have you. I particularly noticed this. I was rather reminded of myself by my friend when we were playing Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown, Shadow of the Legends. Preach. This video was sponsored by the Amazing Me. I was speaking to him of strategy of like both in a real life sense and like my pondering of the video game sense. And essentially he was like, use best weapon good, run down, kill, all is in the hood. And we did this, and I was sitting there standing, running, desperately trying to find like multiple manners to which to perform. And it doesn't, I was failing miserably essentially. I was wanting for more, but good weapon, run down, good, run down. bends the woods. The rhythmic sort of hunter's instincts grant you a particularness of zoinking. And in this zoinking, you can fumble absolutely everything. Absolutely. It's particularly separate from active meditation. Active meditation, medication. Actively medicate yourself with the notion of zonking. So you too can be prescribed the notion of spiritual attitude. Yes. So you zoinked up in this quirky world, and you can perform your work as much as you can. You can mine the crafts, you can craft the mines in any sort of form and hood. What you could be doing is awful, what you could be doing is great. It is largely an apathy of what you're doing. It takes place. Very much a mockery of the sentiment that I wish to convey. I didn't particularly realise that this was an issue at the time, because I sort of, or wouldn't you have the notion of like mockeries to pave your way? You would assume that you can put two together, and you can certainly realise that hatred is the mockery of love, therefore heaven is the mockery of hell, therefore these things are largely the same. And if they're the same, then you can understand them intuitively. Absolutely so. So, what's the difference here? What is the difference? I was very excited to make a notion without actually propagating it, and that happens a lot to a lot of people. They sort of put the quandaries out for somebody to sort of meet, in order to help you speak, but they kind of like knock you aside. Maybe for their own quandaries, maybe not. Maybe because they're just sort of used to it. I know that was a particular issue within my family, to where you speak stupid, you get ignored. Nothing more killing than that. Nothing more killing. Primordial gaslighting. And then, you build on that. You go, how do I get your attention? You beg on it. And then you've set yourself up to build upon your empire in that form. Ain't good at all. I don't like that. So, what's the difference between active and zoinking? I don't think you can remember too much of zoinking. And with active, you are completely unaware of the moment, but it is entirely beholden. I don't think I should be explaining this, quite frankly. No, I won't. That's for you to decide. That's your within it. And me robbing you of this sort of thing is against my beliefs. And me explaining that is against my belief. And me explaining that is against my belief. That's all I seem to do, really. Be against my belief. Just constantly. That is the belief. To be against the belief. Hey. You hope the sentiment comes true, but if you poison bodily, there's only one particular man into which you'll go for. And if you don't achieve anything of the essence that you've sort of put forward, if you've not fasted at all, if you've not dehydrated yourself, if you've done no mountain climbing in your true form, if you done none of this and you just sort of, popping along, granting yourself the opportunities that sort of present, like in a incessant and insidious sort of everything, you kind of admitting you're an animal in that sort of form. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. That's what animals do. Having near perfection is a beauty in itself, quite frankly. There's nothing wrong with it. I wish for it often, but I wonder what's beyond the door. Very much the third way grants nothing to no one until you find it your way. And more quandaries. Quandaries. The quandaries upon the meaning of life, to where you are here to consume the corpse of God and to birth God in you. Absolutely. This is, I've expanded upon it a little bit. I've sort of shrunk it a little bit on the notion, because I kind of the more sort of like insane notions I put forward, I sort of speak them, and I realise I'm not entirely beholden to this anymore. Is this correct in itself? And yes, the notions and the sentiments are still pure, but the manner to which they are conveyed is very sort of like particular. But it's only particular in the reverberation sense, to where you can quite easily glaze over the sentiment, because the apparentness is kind of not particularly there. It's like watching the influence of a genre after watching the genre itself. Derivative and generic, but you can still see how well it is made. And all the other films that you've watched up to that point have been like dog shit compared to it. And that has sort of brushed your sort of like preconception of what it is to be good. Makes you think that they really never really understood and were desperately trying to grasp upon something to own upon, which is very much poison bottle, absolutely so. You can discern that quite easily, but quite frankly, it is a good for force. It's a good for force as well, because if the poison bottle is allowed to have its own way, it just remains the bottle, because there's no sort of aggression to how you fall. Maybe you produce something beautiful. There's no cherry on the cake, so you just have that sentiment to go forward. You don't perceive the conquering control. You are simply living forward. That's beauty to behold. That's nature, man. But I mean, with nature, you walk up to an animal, it goes growl, 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 runs away, and if it doesn't, well, quite often you'll find dismay. This is forming into my other point, to where I was speaking of kindness this morning. To be kind is to be unkind, quite frankly. Because you endear yourself to somebody, and if you endear yourself to somebody, I didn't use endear, but I guess it works. You sort of grasp onto them and annihilate any sort of self-preservation, which and that would be fine. No, I don't like that word. Let's not use that. And that's like a fucking squandering. That would be fine if, but what? Nah. The true end of the matter is that, you can never have an all-ism. You cannot have an everything-ism. You cannot have the good and the bad separate. You cannot, not because you are incapable, but because you are incapable of being self-preservation in totality of sense. If you are within a room with an animal, and it's smaller than you, and you are there for eternity, eventually, you are going to have to face the fact of something dying. That is nature. You cannot be against this, because that is nature. Nature is what I said. Nature is unkind to nature. That is the rule of nature. You could consider mutualism to be kind, but quite frankly, it is not. Anybody who's witnessed that mutualism understands the principle that you get something, I get something. Our actions help both of us. I tolerate you. No good. Selfish don't. Selfishly selfless. Horrific. Acceptable. Preference. So you'll come to eat the animal that you've come to love because in all true formity you wish to not be hungry no more, which is, hunger is quite an interesting force, very much so. You can consider it awful, and I don't disagree with that. It is also a life force. Very much so. It is also nature. You must kill hunger before you can no longer become hungry. And that is why you must understand starvation in form. So you accept this, and you love your friend. You'll love your friend to such degrees that you would do anything for them. So, for your animal that's trapped in the room, you take a knife and you slit your own throat and you go, eat upon me, my friend. I will sustain you forever. In essence, that kindness is fucking cruel. It is a trick. It is a trap. It is absolutely against itself. But, you know, it is the consumption that you wish to accept, which is it's neither beautiful nor disgusting. It is the true sentiment of the middle ground. You kill yourself for another because you love them and you are inspired, captivated by them to do so. They may not want this, and that would be the beauty of it. They would rather not you do this. They would want you to continue. The situation is not that they bring you to this. However, you have been brought to this. That's the cruelty and kindness. It would be better if you were both angry and evil, mean, and you went, fuck you. I don't like you. Don't ever eat me. I won't ever eat you. You're disgusting. That's pretty fucking awful though, as well. But it's kind. You know exactly what you're up for. You look at the plates on the walls and you go, yeah, this thing will probably fucking kill me. Nothing good will come from this. And because of that, good has come from this. Crazy. The mockeries consume each other. This has been my 107th talk to myself. I don't know. I could know. Trust yourself. Quandaries come, you know, sink into, but sink out of them as well. You